Hello everybody and welcome to the month 6 temperature blanket update. Look, it's on the back of my couch. It looks so good. If you're new around here, I just want to talk a little bit about the blanket. I want to share a little bit about the month of June because we're literally in the middle of our busy lodge season here in Alaska, and just share how I am making this blanket. My blanket is made out of these puffed flowers. Each flower indicates a 10-degree temperature range. These are the ones that we have seen a lot this year so far. 10s, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and this month, 70. That's crazy. We got to 70 degrees. I highly doubt we're gonna see these colors 80s and 90s at all this summer, just based on the trends that we have seen so far. And these are our colder temps. We'll do more details about these ones once we get into winter. Fingers crossed we'll actually have a cold winter this year. This year we had one of the warmest winters I've ever experienced. Our biggest snow day happened in April. Literally like right before we were getting ready for the lodge season. It's crazy. Life has been so busy. How I was doing this blanket in the wintertime is I would, on my days off, in the evenings, we would watch a movie, I would work on some flowers. I was doing weekly updates on short form, but it has been so busy, I have not been able to keep up with even the weekly updates. So now I am just doing short form, month-long videos, and then also doing longer form videos where I'm just going into more detail about my blanket journey and just to visit a little bit about what's going on in our lives, because this is like a temperature blanket update slash life update-ish. It's been so busy, I haven't been able to create as much content or post, I guess, as much content as I would in the off season, which is a little bit unfortunate because this is like our go time. This is the fun time where we have people from all over the world coming to experience our side of Alaska. You guys get to see all the behind the scenes work in the winter time of me working, even just like what we do in the winter in the off season, and then now we're here in the busy summer season. And you guys haven't seen much, but that's just because life has been wild. Personally, life has been crazy. There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff going on, some of which I will share later on. There's a lot of really cool opportunities that are going on within this month. I guess we're in July, so really cool opportunities happening in July, which we'll talk about later. I guess next month. But June was busy and it was a lot of fun. June, we got to have Jared's mom come and visit, and we got to do a lot of stuff. We went out in the boat, we were able to go hiking, we went up the mountain, which that's the day where we hit 70 degrees. Our warmest day was when we hiked the mountain, Tenalian Mountain. I have a whole video of us hiking the mountain. Let's take this baby down and I'll show you June. So we saw a lot of in the beginning, we saw a lot of 30 degrees as the lows, and as we got further in, also super interesting, the day we hit 70 degrees, it was in the 40s in the morning, and then it reached up to 72. I don't remember the exact temp, but it reached up to 72 degrees. That's a big temperature difference, 40 something to 72. That's crazy. But as you can see, come the end of the month, we don't see the 30 degrees happening. We see a lot more of the 40 degrees being our lows. And then these flowers right here, these are my filler flowers because my blanket is 24. Because there's 2 rows per month, 12 months times 2, 24, and then the longest the longest months are 31 days, and of course June only has 30, so we need some filler flowers to help keep it all even. I was really hoping that over the course of the year we'd really see a lot of different colors, but like as you can see, January was the only time we got into the cold temps, the negative temps, and then we've been consistently in the above zeros like all year, including even hitting the 70 degrees. I really hope this isn't our only 70-degree flower this entire time. That'd be very sad. And it's kind of annoying that the blanket is literally like all kind of the same colors over and over. I'm really hoping we're not gonna see more of the 30s until we reach September. That's fine if we do it in September, not now. A lot of people have asked how I keep track of the temperature, which is a really good question. What I do is I keep a log on Google Sheets on my phone. So as you can see, I just use this weather app that comes on your iPhone. Is it the most accurate? Probably not, and I don't really want to be going back and forth between multiple weather apps. I'll probably use something more accurate if I do it again, but my phone just knows that like one of the first things I see in the morning is this weather app, so it like comes up as suggested every time my alarm goes off, which is just kind of funny. But today, you can see that the high is currently 58 degrees. It does not feel like 58 degrees. What does it feel like? It says it feels like 55 degrees. Yeah, that makes more sense. The low for today is 47, the high is 63. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll over to my Google Sheets app, and I have my temperature blanket thing right here, and I'm just gonna scroll. This just shows you how I'm keeping track. The red over here just shows like the Sundays of the month. Just so like when I was doing weekly updates, I would do it like Monday through Sunday to add to the blanket. And I was being super specific on like 47 degrees. I would put 47 degrees and 63 degrees. But now I'm putting in 40 and 60. But this is currently how it looks on my phone, just to keep track. And this helps because I don't always make the flowers like instantly that day. I was doing that in the beginning of the year and I can't believe I did that. But this is how I can keep track, so I can go back and make sure that I have all of the exact colors that I need. And then I just fill it in with the correct filler color. And then I have like my master color list right here. I don't know if you can see it very well. But that's how I keep track of what ranges and what color, because I don't have to be specific. If it's like the highs or like low lows, I'd be specific so then I can like see. But like on here I see we had like -14. According to what I've been keeping track of, that's the coldest it got this year so far. And then the hottest it got was 72 degrees. So, and I know I still have like all the ends to weave in, and there's even some of these things that are just starting to stick out, but that's okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but right now I do think that I'm just gonna leave this on the back of my couch. I have over here temperature blanket colors, and I was having this folded up in there, but then it's too big. So now I'm just gonna keep it on the back of my couch, and it's cute, so that's fun. Anyways, I am super excited. Like, I seriously can't believe we're 6 months in. I know it's small, but the whole point of this was to not have a massive temperature blanket, because I don't know if you guys have watched other people make temperature blankets. They can be huge. I did not want something that big. I wanted something small and wanted something that it's gonna be a one-person throw. Which is totally fine with me. I know I say this every single week, but I'm so excited to watch this continue to grow. And I can't believe I've dedicated 6 months of labor and love to this blanket. If you can't tell, it has taken a lot of work. Each flower takes about 4 to 6 minutes. Let's do the math. 180 days worth of flowers right here. And keep in mind, that's 2 flowers per day. So we have already made 360 of these puffed flowers. That does not include my restocked flowers that are right here that I've been trying to keep up so then I can just add to this blanket. That's really the whole reason why I'm making this video right now, is because I want to add July to this blanket so bad. And if it truly does take 6 minutes to make each flower, and 6 minutes is what it took me in the beginning, it's probably taking me 4 minutes now. But if that's true, I have spent 2,160 minutes working on this blanket. That is 36 hours. 36 hours, and this is all we got. When I say this is a labor of love, it is a labor of love. It's crazy to think how much time goes into this, and it really does not look like it has spent 36 hours on it, yet here we are. If you wonder why crochet projects are very expensive, that is why. Our day off is in just a couple of days, and I'm really hoping for some rainier weather so we can just stay at home and relax, and I can work on this blanket and other projects even more. But again, it's just all dependent on weather, because if it's sunny outside, then I feel guilty staying inside even though it's like my rest day, so then I'll want to get out, but that's okay. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next temperature blanket update for July as it continues to grow.